Why, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another morning liberation guided meditation. And considering these past few days have been really working on this restoration, this healing, we're going to continue to really dive deep into ourselves so you may recognize more aspects of your true nature, so you can heal and let go. Now, the real focus of today is going to be to continue our growth. So, allow yourself to get those last few wiggles out. It's a beautiful day, so try just to let go into this moment and really put the past behind you, put the future worries away, and just marinate right now in this moment we call the present. So if you can get those last few wiggles out, begin to close the eyes. And with our first breath, we'll take a big sigh of relief and begin to breathe once we hear the tap of the bell. Allow yourself to do so 2 more times. And last time. Allow the natural rhythm of the breath to simply take over as you rest internally. And as each breath enters the body, we allow ourselves to simply let go of all expectation, all concern, as we let ourselves rest and look within. Each breath we exhale any remaining tension until the body is left feeling warm and calm, and the mind and heart rest at ease with our stillness. And like the tap of the bell, the internal chatter simply fades away into silence. And it's here in this calm and quiet that we truly find ourselves. When we recognize that we're naturally residing in this infinite ground of silent space within, we can still recognize that even that is observed. It's still this sense of me, the sense of I, so intimately known, that is able to describe, that is able to distinguish. And it's this process of deduction, this process of elimination, in which our own inner gaze recognizes those many conditionings, those many temporary and fleeting emotions that may arise. How all of such things come and go, yet even that source of being that identifies them and distinguishes between states never leaves us. So how can we shift our attention from the seen to the seer? First, we must ask ourselves, what tricks do we keep getting caught by? What habits of the mind and heart do we fall into the most? Once we understand the rules of the game, we clearly see it when it's being played. And within our own sense of self, we must come to recognize that the imagination, the ego itself, is but an opportunity to learn, to distinguish, to separate yourself, your identity and attachment from. As with life, you've been given all the tools to wake up and realize the source of it all. For our ego is like the antagonist in any film. And that true pure self of being, that ground of silence beneath it all, is your hero. You are your own hero. But like any film, how can we say it's a good hero without a proper villain? So we must come to see the ego like a guru, only pushing you as far as you need to be pushed for you to recognize. The ego acts like a guru in that it offers up points to self-reflect upon. And when we come to understand that we ourselves have been our own teachers, that life itself has been guiding us to these moments of revelation, that we can take a deep breath and simply let go. And know that all will be well, and that you will never lose anything of true value to you. So what happens when your identification shifts from the seen to the seer? Ultimately, words will only leave a bitter taste in the mouth, for we can all come to know experientially. And again, you must recognize that you are already doing this act of being, except it is not a fancy title in which you call it. It is not associated with a profound spiritual state. And in all truth, you overlook it. The grand subtleties of this universe and the many lessons it's always trying to teach us. So what happens when we get out of our own way and let life simply play itself out? One can never know unless they see firsthand. But when we drop all expectation, when we live in a realm knowing that we don't know everything, humbling ourselves with the truth at every turn, life will reveal itself to you. And as your fruit ripens, eventually it will drop. But even then, does the fruit constantly think about its maturation? Or does it simply be and grow? Fall in love with yourself again before you got caught up playing with yourself in your mind. Come to understand the intimacy in which we experience the attachment to thought and emotion only appears so strong because in these moments of sitting, your attention is all but inward. But when we live life, simply put, there's no time to think, to live in emotions. As we experience, life simply flows. But when we allow ourselves to experience this world through the lenses of humility and gratitude, and this simple detachment as we observe from the scene, you allow yourself to let go naturally as you stop investing your energy and time into all the lesser natures that don't serve you. Life will fill you up with opportunity to see, inspiration to recognize, and love to break down any walls of tension and resistance. Allow your heart to guide you, the deeper yearnings, the simple, efficient desires for love, for acceptance, for openness, for joy. And fundamentally come to understand that our yearnings are but a thirst for the waters of our pure being. As we grow, as we age and mature through this world and sink deeper and deeper into our delusions of it, we become parched. And as each day goes on, we lose ourselves. And in the delirium of dehydration spiritually, we seek to fill ourselves up from these muddied waters called personhood. But we must come recognize that it wasn't as much of a choice as we think. And despite growing up and soaking up the good, the bad, indiscriminately, rarely have we had the opportunity to squeeze that sponge out, to empty our cup. So we do so by simply sitting and marinating within ourselves, allowing all to arise and simply watching it, simply observing our experience from this position of the seer and not the seen, of observing yourself and instantly knowing and naturally recognizing your position of silence. You are that space. And in truth, you are beyond this space of emptiness and silence. Find yourself in this emptiness. Discover yourself in this empty space of stillness. For it's here we come to learn that our true position is not within the head space, but within the heart, the truest center of our body, the truest center of our beingness itself. I offer you the opportunity, the invitation to discover and find yourself in such space. With your next 3 breaths, take long, deep inhalations. Hold the lungs filled with air for as long as comfortable before lovingly and calmingly letting go of that breath. And again, hold the lungs empty of air and repeat 2 more breaths. Recognize that this calm has never left you. In fact, it is the starting point in which every action begins, every emotion's home, and every sensation's father and mother. It is this infinite space, like space itself, that contains all thought, emotion, and sensation, like the sky contains the stars and planets. So much activity within emptiness. And although each thought and emotion and sensation may act like a cloud crossing the sky. Know that all is arising within you, across your screen of consciousness. And that although the cloud, the thought, emotion, and sensation lives and dwells within the sky, certainly does not mean it's the sky itself. And it's this same infinite space that we call the seer, that we know as me. In any moment, every second we call now is your doorway back home. Take one more deep breath with a big smile on your face and end with a nice and long sigh of relief. And that concludes our meditation for this morning. Feel free to open the eyes or keep them closed as we conclude. But I hope you accepted that loving invitation to experience the calm, the silence, and pureness to the ground of our being within. And if you didn't, don't worry. Don't resist the resistance. Simply see it for what it is. And ultimately carry this grace, this love, this calm and peace with you, because remember, it never leaves you. You are it. And in terms of practical application, forefront of your mind. You must keep these recognitions at the forefront of your mind. You must see them almost as that lens to filter everything through. So if you experience a release, a warmth, a light, a healing, anything that you can experience in these simple moments of sitting in stillness, understand that there's no difference between the sitting and the waking and walking and moving aspects of life. Anything you believe is just you telling yourself that, so we must recognize our own tricks and traps to liberate ourselves from them. So practice makes perfect. With anything, allow yourself to use the breath to bring yourself back to these moments where you feel grounded, rooted, calm. And know again that it's that breath that tethers you back to these moments that build up your trust within yourself, your trust within life. And as soon as you know it, and I'm telling you, it's a lot sooner than you think, it becomes natural. It becomes automatic. And just like we act and live now, we just flow. Except now our understanding of ourself and life is realigned with more truth and honesty. And because of that, naturally life rewards us. So, dance your dance. And most importantly, namaste. I bow to the divine within you. If you enjoyed again, hit that thumbs up, share, and spread your love and light into the world through your own beautiful and loving self. So thank you again for joining me this morning. And tonight, we're going to really be focusing on healing through more of the energetic aspect. And we're going to be focusing on one center a day. And tonight we're going to kick it off with the root chakra. So get grounded, heal yourself, and tap back into Mother Earth tonight, 8 p.m. I love you so much. Have a great day. Bye. Make it a great day.